U.S. National Security Advisor discussed efforts to end Yemen's 8-year war in a meeting with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, according to the White House. The meeting Sunday night in Saudi Arabia came in a tense period for U.S.-Saudi ties, marred by disputes over human rights issues and oil production. This report has more details.
During a visit to Saudi Arabia on Sunday, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan visited Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and discussed what the White House called significant progress in Yemen peace efforts. On a trip aimed at repairing strained ties with Riyadh, Sullivan met with the Crown Prince and UAE's and India's national security advisors to advance their shared vision of a more secure and prosperous Middle East region, interconnected with India and the world. Sullivan's meeting came after a period in which U.S.-Saudi ties have been damaged by oil production cuts by Saudi-led OPEC Plus and differences over the 2018 killing of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. He reviewed significant progress in talks to further consolidate Yemen's now 15-month-long truce and welcomed ongoing UN-led efforts to bring the war to a close, as well as covering a range of other issues, according to a White House statement. The statement also said that Sullivan, President Joe Biden's top national security aide, praised the Crown Prince for Saudi assistance provided to U.S. individuals fleeing Sudan. Addressing the Washington Institute's 2023 SORF Symposium, Sullivan stated that the U.S. has long worked to enable diplomacy and de-escalation in Yemen.
None of us really thought that we could be on the brink of a sustained period of calm and a de-escalation of violence and an alleviation of the humanitarian suffering as we saw over the course of the next 14 months up until this period. And as I mentioned, we are in now the most sustained period of peace since the war began nearly a decade ago. Humanitarian aid and fuel are flowing through Yemen's ports. The civilian airport in Sana'a has reopened, and the parties are actively in discussions on a roadmap to ultimately bring this war to an end.
According to the State Department, U.S. Special Envoy Tim Lunder-King visited Oman and Saudi Arabia earlier this month to boost Yemen negotiations for peace. In 2015, a military coalition led by Saudi Arabia intervened in Yemen following the Houthi takeover of the country's capital Sana'a by Iran's allies. Tens of thousands of people have died and millions have gone hungry as a result of the conflict in Yemen, which is largely believed to be a proxy fight between Saudi Arabia and Iran.